You can't fight like a super. You can't fight like a that works in big tech, like in a powerful position. Like they just win.
This is one of the most pathetic things I've ever heard anyone say about the site. Oh great. Okay, I get to start a fight. Today, chat. This is a guy called I think it says Jesse here, but I think his name is Sven. You guys have to clarify whoever is talking because I don't know these people. Apparently nobody does. But I'm gonna dunk on him regardless. I'll just let this play out real quick.
Then I had to find out about this Liz Fong Jones person, and then Liz Fong Jones is dating like a trans snake. This is someone
Liz Fong Jones is like that's the like tech that's always harassing Kiwi Farms. Like if Kiwi Farms is offline, so I like this person a lot. I'm a huge Liz Fong Jones fan because like they keep like Kiwi Farms keep stepping on rakes in regards to this person. It's like you can't fight like a super. You can't fight like a that works in big tech, like in a powerful position. Like they just win. Your website goes offline until they stop being mad.
Right, and they're not the one that does it. Like they're
never going to take that. They're never going to take that site all the way down because it's like an Intel, like it's a Intel laundering site for the
as
Fed,
is like most of the whole idea of training hackers is I think quite often like just fucking intelligence agencies like pretending like trainers are functional people that like the idea that they're like hackers like they can barely people can barely like play video games but like.
Sorry, I ran to the bathroom. I've heard this clip before, so I didn't need to listen to it. Okay, so I find this is one of the most pathetic things I've ever heard anyone say about the site. Because you have people who don't like the site for various reasons. And they're at various levels of justified and not wanting the site to stay up anymore. This guy, if I remember correctly, he's the one Is he Borzoi? Is the guy? You guys have to help me with this. Is he the one that is upset because his wife's nose was on kiwifarms.cc? Small bladder energy. That is me for sure. Yeah. Okay. I did get this right. This guy, Borzoi, was one of the most popular. He's not Borzoi. That's somebody else. Okay. Someone told me that it started because of the Borzoi thing, and I can't tell if they're just friends or if that's just a joke or if it was Borzoi himself. I don't know who he is, but I've been sent clips of him before, and every time he is simultaneously seething that the site exists because he considers it a info laundering is the right wing keyword for I was doxxed and I look like a huge on the Kiwi Farms. That's what that means. But he's simultaneously rooting for a and also complaining that the site is immune to consequences because it is a FBI info laundering site. Which it's there's actually a specific part. Hold up.
For the
as
Fed,
is like most of the right, and they're not the one that does it.
Like they just win. It's like you can't fight like a super. You can't fight like a that works in big tech, like in a powerful position. Like they just win.
Don't even try, chat. Don't even try. The moment that you receive any resistance to anything that you do, if you realize that it's a say yes, ma'am, take down your website, retreat to your Fediverse instance, paywall your podcast, just admit defeat. Like there's no point even trying, bros. Imagine these guys consider themselves to be actual like important people who have ideologically strong viewpoints worth sharing, worth charging money for, that have tried to attach. I think they tried to attach themselves or were a part of the National Justice Party, which was supposed to be like the NSDAP of the United States or some shit, and that went nowhere. It's like, of course it went nowhere. How do you listen to people who are so and so fucking defeatist that if a Google tells you not to do something, the answer should just be yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, right away? Like. They found it in JP. Okay. This is The Right Stuff is their podcast. And this is Sven, aka Jesse, talking. There's one guy in the background who just seems to be like, yeah, okay. Like, I don't think he's fully on board with this, but the main guy talking is just like seething that the Kiwi Farms exist because our info laundering is so good. Where's my fucking check? Where's my fucking check? Where's my Gabe Hoffman check for my info laundering? I always have things to spend money on that will support the site. The podcast race, that's right. I worded this much more eloquently on Zitter. It is like the most morally bankrupt, intellectually vacuous, unprincipled, craven position to take. There's no point trying to fight if a says something, you just have to go along with it. And if it inconveniences you, well, that's your own fault. And then he says this part.
Your website goes offline until they stop being mad.
Right, and they're not the one that does it. Like they're
never going to take that. They're never going to take that site all the way down because it's like
simultaneously. There's no point resisting it because they always win. But also, they're not the ones doing it because I think he realized how bad it was to be like, always win, don't even try. They're just so much smarter, better, funnier, more interesting, more intelligent than I am. And he's like, oh wait, well, it's not really the Trees. It's like the Jews, and the Jews in the background. The Trees are just front and forward. They're the ones that are doing it. So it's like he has to backtrack that statement almost immediately. And then he says, then he realizes that the site's still up. So how can you say that the Trees/Jews have taken the site down and always win if it's still up? Oh, I mean, it's never gonna go fully down because
it's like an Intel, it's a Intel laundering site for the
as
Feds,
is like.
I just love the complete depletion of confidence in his voice because he realizes internally that he's contradicted himself like 8 fucking times in a row, and he just has to like continue. It's like he's playing like a game where he's just like paddle ball. He has like a ball he's just trying to keep up, so he's pushing it and it keeps falling out to different sides. He has to run and catch it and keep bouncing it back up. It's like, well, I mean, the Jews always win, except, it's not the Jews, and it never goes down anyways because info laundering. Nailed it, bro. What else does it say at the end?
It's like most of the whole idea of hackers is, I think, quite often like just fucking intelligence agencies sit like pretending like functional people that like the idea that they're like hackers, like they can barely.
Who's the one talking at the end? Is that Mike or Sven? The one that says that the aren't hackers, it's all Jews and shit. Mike? Who's the guy that's saying the dumb shit?
You can't fight like a
Mike or
tranny
Sven?
that works in big tech, like in a powerful position. Like they just win.
Like the idea that they're like hackers, like
That's the same guy.
Because like they keep like Kiwi Farms keep.
Yeah, so Mike is I said Sven. Sven's the one that seems like.
Then I had to find out about this Liz Fong Jones person,
Sven
and
says
then
no,
Liz
too.
Fong Jones is dating
They're both. I'm trying to. I in my head for whatever reason, I'm thinking one of them is and one of them is being more reserved and not retarded. And then I realized on a second, another listen through, oh, they're both retarded. They're both fucking dumb. Great, master that shit. Voice blind. Listen, I have a big brain full of many beautiful thoughts, and I will spare no more room to this matter. It's 3 people. Now you're fucking with me. I'm moving on with this. By the way, if they see it on transgender Twitter,